Now, after watching this incident, I can understand how the officer may have been legally justified or may be legally justified from the actions he took at the moment this incident happened. With that said, justification doesn't erase poor positioning. One of the first things I learned when I was in the FTO program was you control the variables that you can control. And that's true in law enforcement. That's also true in life, period, right? But you control the variables that you can control, and the variables that you can't control, you acknowledge them. You understand that they exist, and you understand, and you, again, all of this is happening real fast. So this is real-time processing, but you control the variables you can control. You acknowledge the variables that you can't control. And don't you ever put yourself in a position to where you're at the disadvantage. And the disadvantage in this situation is the officer putting himself in front of that vehicle and or behind the vehicle if it were the other way around. So standing in front of a vehicle that can be placed in drive or that can be placed in reverse was the officer's mistake. It could have been a lapse of situational awareness, or the officer may have been a rookie and may not have as much experience. I'm not making an excuse. I'm just making an assessment or an observation of the video that I have in front of me. Now, the incident on the news at the press conference, it was described as an attempt to ram or run over officers, but vehicles move forward and reverse. They don't move left to right. And the video that I saw, vehicle is turning towards the right, away from the officers and not actually towards them. Although I did see an angle where you can see the officer was, just like I was saying earlier, standing in front of the vehicle. I also haven't seen a video of the incident from start to finish. Now, I'm sure that's on the officer's body cams and it's on their dashboard cams as well. This incident is still fresh. However, I think that will give us more context and it will validate the claims that she was blocking, or her intent was to block the officers from performing their duties. With that said, I'm very cautious about absolute claims on either side. In the end, I believe that there was fault on both sides. I believe that the woman appears to have interfered in law enforcement or official law enforcement business, and the officer put himself at a tactical disadvantage, which resulted in a life being lost. And for me, that's the part that actually matters.